So Marvelous of Japan is at it again. Now, talked about them on the other channel, right? Where they were going around claiming Daemon X Machina gameplay like it was nobody's business. They were just all over the place claiming little clips here and there in reviews, gameplay that people are doing, streams. It didn't really matter. If you were playing Daemon X Machina, they wanted to claim it and basically take the revenue from creators, which, surprise, surprise, creators are basically moving on and they're just not going to play Daemon X Machina. There's plenty of games coming out. Link's Awakening is next week. Most people are moving on to that. Or, of course, Borderlands 3 came out yesterday, on Friday, right? So, makes sense why people would just say, yeah, we just won't play it on the channel or review it or do anything with it really after that, which is kind of a shame because, again, it was pretty cool to see what's basically a new Armored Core game come out in 2019. So, of course, Marvelous has to one-up themselves. And how do they do that? They get a stream taken down at Tokyo Game Show where Sega and Atlus are attempting to show off a bunch of games that are coming out. So, of course, they're showing off Persona 5R. That's the big one. That's one that all Persona fans are pretty much interested in and looking towards. And then they showed off a couple of other games, and then boom, for some reason the stream went down. It was blocked worldwide by Marvelous Inc. Japan. It is kind of funny, I'll admit, to see Atlus have their stream ripped down after, of course, they had those threats go out to creators about showing too much of Persona 5 when it first came out. Do you remember that? They said, hey, if you show beyond like this week or this date in the game, we might have to take action on your channel, which may be us just straight up striking you down and then possibly have your channel removed. That's what they said back then, and it stirred up a whole thing. So, a little funny, right, to see Atlus have their stream taken down, but it's even funnier to see that it is Marvelous doing it. So here's what was happening, and looking through the schedule for day 3, there is a game on there that I can see why Marvelous may have struck down, because when you block worldwide, that's what Ubisoft did to creators during E3, to where we couldn't stream anymore or anything, and that was a whole deal on its own. Remember, like, couldn't stream anything after that, whether it was Square. Remember, Square had a really good showing. We did that on Twitch. Nintendo, same deal there, and that went for days. It was second E3 in a row. So here we are now with Marvelous blocking Sega and Atlus's stream worldwide. Now, looking down that third day, I did see a game that may have caused this, and that's Gran Blue Fantasy Versus. And the reason I think it caused that is because Xseed is handling it in the US, and Xseed is owned by Marvelous. Like, they're a subsidiary of Marvelous, I believe, but they are owned by them. So at that point, Marvelous must have had some auto detection bot see it and say, hey, you can't stream that. That would be too much free advertising for us. We gotta block that stream. And that's what happened. People were watching on Tokyo Game Show. I had this image right here sent over to me on Twitter just to show Marvelous being the claimant of it. Thanks to Kuro from Twitter, by the way, for sending that over. And it just shows just how ridiculous Marvelous Inc. is about this stuff, specifically in Japan. Trust me, I'm sure Europe, Marvelous Europe was making the rounds and saying, it's because of the Japan branch, not because of us. Even though they also said Nintendo's the publisher, you want to talk to them. I think that was mostly to get, for Daemon X Machina, to get pressure put on Marvelous to stop doing that. But this is a different story. It's not a creator or any one person. This is Sega and Atlus attempting to show these off at Tokyo Game Show. They had technical difficulties day 3 because Marvelous wanted to shut the stream down by accident. And I almost think it shows more or less their incompetence over them attempting to take revenue from creators. I don't even think Sega and I don't even think they even monetize the stream because, of course, they're trying to sell a product, that being Gran Blue, for Marvelous. So you would figure that they would say, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't strike this down while thousands and thousands of people who were probably there, to be honest, specifically for Persona, and then it led into Gran Blue, were seeing the game that they were trying to have localized through Xseed for the US. You figure you don't strike that down. But I look at this and I see incompetence on Marvelous's part. It's almost like they can't grasp that it works so well to show it off online. And yes, maybe you have to show a little bit of gameplay to do that. So I don't really know what Marvelous' deal is here, but this is like getting to like a boiling point with them, to the point where now even Sega and Atlus are like, can you believe Marvelous shutting down our stream? That even makes Sega and Atlus look bad, because they're trying to show stuff off to a fan base, and it looks like they're incompetent with their ability to stream when it's Marvelous shutting them down. But let me know what you guys think about this. I'm curious. Let me know what you think about this down below. And the channel has been growing, so if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. It's started the channel like at the end of last month, and it's already coming up on, 15,000 subscribers. So thanks to everyone who has joined me here at the channel. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time.